Hi Aquarius, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your July 2024 Career Tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your career, your job. Where is it that you are trying to make moves? If you are trying to leave a company, if you're trying to rise in a company, if you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business, maybe you are trying to gain more clients or get more exposure. Whatever it is that are your goals for that area of your life, this is a great way to check in on the astrological energies to see what's going on. I do have all those important dates below, as well as links to the July monthly tarot readings. If you haven't already looked at those, do take a look at those because they're a great way to also also get a sense of where it is that you are in the month. Aquarius, if you haven't already liked, subscribed, or commented, I would love if you would. I always love hearing from you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? I would love if you would join us. There is a new tarot reading every day. All right, let's get into it, Aquarius. The first week of July finds you with the Temperance card. Major Arcana, Sagittarius energy there. 10 of Cups in the reverse. Second week finds you with the 8 of Wands in the reverse, as well as the Knight of Pentacles. Third week of July finds you with the King of Wands, as well as the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And the last week, you have the 9 of Pentacles as well in reverse, and the Tower card also in reverse, rounding out the month, Aquarius. So interesting energies there. So let's go ahead and ask Spirit to send you a card representing the energy that you left out of June with. Spirit, if you can send my Aquarians a card representing the energy they bring into July. And you have the 7 of Cups. Now, I will say, I think Capricorn just received the 7 of Cups, but theirs was in reverse. So for many of you all, I do think that this is going to be a time of really getting clear as to what you are trying to do. I do think emotionally you've been a bit scattered, Aquarius. Here in June, I do think that you had some type of realization that you have too many cups filled. You have too many options and you need to narrow it down. And I do think as you bring this energy into the month of July, please remember that one of the most important things, Aquarius, is being really confident with the few things that you have going and not spreading your energies too thin. And I do think that that is always really hard, especially in today's world. But I do think that that energy you're really going to need to pay attention to as you come into July. So let's go ahead and ask Spirit to send you an oracle message. Spirit, if you can send my Aquarians an oracle message for the month of July. And you have discontent and boredom. So this is really interesting because I think this, coupled with the 7 of Cups, is like maybe the reason why you have so many cups filled and you don't know where you're going is because you are not being challenged. You are not having any passion for the job you are doing or the people you are around. There is this chance this month that this discontent and boredom can definitely weigh on you. And I do think that many of you all are thinking about changing careers or changing your place of employment, trying to figure out if you should go out on your own or maybe re-enter the corporate world. There is this discontent and boredom that I really want you to pay attention to this month. And if you are feeling this way, figure out what it is that is the source of it and how you can move on from it. And I do think Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius rising, and what I have noticed is that if you are not fully fulfilled in your career or in your job, you just don't want to be there. You just don't want to be with the people. And so I do think from a air sign mental standpoint, if this plagues you too much, Aquarius, you will go down the wrong path in terms of staying in a toxic environment, etc. So please keep that in mind this month, okay? So as I look over your month as a whole, it does look like this first half of the month, there is some type of opportunity that could arise that comes to you in a slow fashion. And I do think that you are trying to figure out how to decide whether this is for you, meaning I feel like this Eight of Wands and Temperance card, there's this like lots of energy could be coming in, but it does feel like it has a family slant to it. And I'm not quite sure if that is more just you thinking about your family as you make this decision. I'm not quite sure about that, but I do think that by the time you end the month, I can already see that you make a decision. This King of Wands, you make a decision about your money and your finances. And by the end of the month, though, you're literally like, okay, the shoe has dropped, shoe has fallen, whatever that expression is at work. I do think that something happens where you're rethinking how much you make, your self-worth when this event occurs. So let's take it week by week. I do think that for many of you all Aquariuses, that discontent and boredom is going to plague you if you don't get it under wraps. And I do think a lot of this could stem from Neptune retrograding in Pisces, as well as Saturn retrograded in Pisces at the end of June. And now you have Mercury entering Leo on the 2nd, new moon in Cancer on the 5th. Temperance card here could point to you needing to go back to basics. You really need to focus on what are the top 3 things that are most important to you. Is it family life, then career, then possibly your health? I don't know. Whatever those 3 things are, make sure that your family is looped in on what you're doing. It does feel like here at the new moon in Cancer, remember Cancer is that sign of home, family, being able to feel content. And with this in reverse, I do question if you're feeling good about your home life or if your family has expressed some concern that maybe you're not having a good work-life balance, okay? So really make sure you figure that out at that new moon in Cancer. And by the time you get to the second week of July, I do think that there is information floating around some type of money opportunities. This could be around just your social circles. This could be you on LinkedIn and you connect with someone that you haven't seen for a while and they say they're looking for someone, or something around this Venus entering Leo on the 11th and then Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus on the 15th. This could be somewhere, some out of the blue news that comes to you about some money opportunities. Now, remember, Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus, that's very fiery and very explosive. So just make sure that whatever this news is, you are like slowly going into it. Do not go, feet, head, everything in first. Think about it later. That is not going to serve you that second week of the month. Now, by the time you get to the third week, when we have Mars entering Gemini on the 20th, and we have a second Capricorn full moon on the 21st. Now, I do think during this time, you and some colleagues may find out some huge information that catapults you into a different mindset. This King of Wands, someone approaches you with some really good news, but it almost feels like you have to keep it under wraps with that Four of Pentacles, like maybe you're not supposed to share it with anyone. And I do think that that news is going to set you up for August. I do think that some type of news comes out at the end of this month and you're like questioning, okay, do I need to stay here with that news that I received? You know what? I'm really thinking I'm going to start putting my resume in at that company that, my friend on LinkedIn told me about. There's something here where you're questioning your self-worth, how much money you make, that just discontent and boredom comes back in the end of the month. So Aquarius, really take into account where you are at during this month, because I do think that this is setting you up for August, when you will have your Aquarius full moon sometime that month. And I do think that that's going to be something in here is going to rear its head again. And I'm not quite sure if it's something that you are moving away from, or you've already clearly put it in the past and you can start fresh once you hear that news. But whatever that is, get it under wraps, Aquarius, because I want you to have a really prosperous July, okay? So hope you all have a great month. Let me know what you're looking forward to, and I'll talk to you later.